Hi, everybody. Welcome to the ones that are just connected right now. We're very pleased to have you all here on our virtual showroom 2021. Well, already with us in the morning. Welcome. My name is Maria Alejandra Doria. I'm the International Business Manager for Americas. And today is my pleasure to present you our ally, our instructor, lovely for us, our Manuel Valle from Ecuador. Welcome, Manuel. Hi, how are you? Good afternoon. Welcome everybody to all Sempertex audience all around the world. Today we are from Guayaquil. My name is Manuel Valle Rodriguez. We are right now teaching from Party Lover. That is our wholesale from Ecuador. That is one of our clients from Eduardo Sanchez. That is our distributor in Ecuador. Today we are going to have a class where you are gonna see how to make a maxi balloon bouquet. You are going to learn all the tips, all the tricks. Van a ver todos estos, they're gonna see all these balloon bouquets. I want to begin this transmission knowing a little bit about our country, my country, Ecuador. We are going to start in a magical world. Laura is telling Manuel to please speak slowly, a little bit slowly. He is very anxious. Okay, so we continue. I was telling you that I'm going to invite you to know a little bit of my country, Ecuador, because we are going to a magical place, all made with Sempertex balloons. Let me show you a little bit of my country, Ecuador. This video is about Ecuador. It's without sound, just for you to see all the beautiful places. Okay, so right now we are in one of the 4 places of my beautiful Ecuador. So now I invite you so you can see our part of Amazonic part of Ecuador. Check the background of our showroom. Today, what we do is to make some details, very special details, everything with Sempertex balloons, some monkeys, some parrots, the torsion flowers, a lot of details. So now we made this to show our safari experience. Today we are going to make a beautiful bouquet. To begin this experience, we are here with the staff girls that are going to help me with our balloon bouquet. I'm going to start. First, I'm going to make all the connection for my air inflator. First, let us start with some basic so you can see how we made our balloon bouquets. Let's start our balloon bouquet with a base made of terracotta and mustard in round 5. This one are round 12. Okay. The base of the balloon bouquet is going to be in terracotta round 12. It's going to begin with something simple. This is how I'm going to make the base. It's going to make it a base of 8 cluster of 4, 8 inches. Sizing the balloons in 8 inches. Tie it twice. Give us a minute. We're making a test because we cannot hear Manuel. Give us a second, please. Laura. Laura. Laura is saying they were solving some issues with Manuel, and I will get back soon, very soon. Hi, everyone. We are having some technical issues, but we're solving them, so please wait for us. We will contact very soon with Manuel. Thanks for understanding. Wait for us some minutes. Ese es de 8 pulgadas y la otra de cuánto? Okay, we are back. It was a small issue, but here we are. We are making the base. Remember, we are sizing our round 12 fashion terracotta at 8 inches. We are making clusters of 4. We are going to make 8 clusters. We make a doublet and tie together to make a cluster. We are going to use monofilament to tie together all the balloons of our base. The first thing I'm going to do is to tie the monofilament to the first cluster of 4. I'm going to tie really hard. These are round 5 mustard. It's size of 4.5 inches. We're going to put on top of the round 12. And we use the monofilament to pass through this cluster of 4. So it gets really, really tight to the cluster of 12. We're going to put again the cluster of terracotta, pass through the balloons 3 times or 4 times. This is part of the base. This part of the base that we are gonna use for our maxi bouquet. Why we make 2 different sizes? Because when you work like this, in these spaces, you can put your foil balloons without thinking that it's not gonna be put it right. I already had my base. My garland already finished. Let's go to the front of the table. Okay, check, I have my base ready. This is the garland that I'm gonna start to work with. Remember, the round 12, the fashion terracotta is sized at 8 inches and the round 5 mustard is sized at 4.5 inches. Our maxi bouquet have a base and a pole who will be like if you make a tree. This is an iron base. And we use an extension. This will have of height will be 1.8 meters. To work this tree, the first part of the tree, I make some cluster of 4 organic of different sizes. What I'm gonna do is to put this cluster inside the cluster inside the base. The girls of the source, the staff is gonna help us. I'm gonna put the balloons inside so the base will be on the middle of the balloons. Remember, it's an organic base. This part of the tree is organic, clusters of 4 or 5. I make this organic fashion coffee in round 5 and round 9. This will be my base for my maxi bouquet. Now, I'm gonna put this garland of work that is made with round 5, round 9, round 12 in fashion K-lime and fashion green forest. I will fill this part of the tree with another cluster of tree. One cluster, okay. Now, he'll leave the cluster and he's going to put away the garland with the mix of green, key lime, and forest green. This is an organic garland. So he's passing the stair rod through the middle of the balloons. This balloon bouquet will have a height approximately of 1.8 centimeters, and in long will be like 2 meters. I'm going to make a little bit the form of the tree using 260, putting together more organic clusters. So now we take out the air, make another, we pass through the cluster of tree. This is the way that he's gonna give a little bit of volume to the top of the tree. And he is tying with the 260 around other clusters. He used part of that 260 to tie the other clusters. So he's wrapping around the 260 by adding more clusters. He wants to give the shape of the tree, the top of the tree. So he's adding more and more clusters in different sizes. The girls are helping him put the stairs so he can go to the top, because he's trying to fill the whole part of the top of the tree. So you see he's using the 260 to wrap around the clusters. All I have done for the top of the tree is an organic trend. And he's playing the sizes. I can also take one knot of the balloon, one neck of the balloon, and wrap it around directly to this cluster using just the neck of the balloon. What type of reference he used for the top of the tree? He used round 12 and round 9. Now I have my base. I'm going to put to this base our foil balloons. But first, I'm gonna use some water weights These are double stuffed balloons in round 12 terracotta. So for the tree, you will not need to give it in some way because it's a base and a pole and a base. You will need it to in the middle and at the end of the base. You just try to find a neck of one of the balloons of the cluster of 4 and tie this balloon weight in different points of our bouquet. These are our balloons weight. So ladies, you don't have any inconvenience when you are gonna tie or work with your foil balloons. So ladies, my garland is on the floor, so it's not gonna move. Right now, I'm going to work with our foil balloons. First of all, I'm gonna work with the numbers, the foil numbers. I'm gonna move the table to show you our foil balloons. We are making a maxi bouquet with a theme for a birthday party for a boy of his 12 years birthday. We're going to inflate our balloons and we are going to inflate it correctly. I'm going to use a hand pump. These foil balloons are 32 inches. We should always try that the base of our balloon bouquets always use big balloons, big foil balloons. We put the inflator on the valve and begin inflating the foil balloon. Remember, it's 32 inches, this foil balloon. It's important that we are going to inflate our foil balloons. You know that immediately the valve will be closed. You have to remember that you don't have to fill full these foil balloons because it's full inflated when you use the glue or to use it to pay what you use to pay the balloons. If it's really big inflated, you have the risk to explode when you take it out to the sun or to the earth. Because when you take out this balloon bouquet, this foil balloon, when you get out to the exterior, it will inflate a little bit because of the sun. So try not to work to inflate the balloon too strong. If you are not gonna use these parts, you can cut them. Now I'm gonna use this valve. What I'm gonna do is I will use tape for the valves. So these don't bother us when we are working with the foil balloon. Some masking tape, he used masking tape to hide the valve. This happened to me at the prototype. that I made before. Sometimes number 1 is a little bit taller than number 2. So what we're gonna do is to make some trick. So our number 2 is a little bit high. It's at the same size of this number 1. In what way I tape our foils. I use the silicone gun in low power. And I use the normal silicone. But I also use in here in Equator this new product that is Pega Flux Ultra. I use this product to glue the foils. You remember you can also use silicone gun low power. With this product, you have to use you have to move a lot this product, and then he will use a hair dryer. First, he's going to check where he's going to put this number 1 foil. So you see he's spread the product and put the foil. Now he knows where he has to spread the product also to the foil. He has to use a hair dryer. And to use a hair dryer for some seconds. To dry off the product on the foil. And what he just gonna do is to put it on top of the bouquet. He wait 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds. And it keeps in this place. Now I'm going to do the same with a small base, because I'm going to use this small foil to give height to number 2, because number 1 is a little bit taller than number 2. He used the hair dryer to dry the product, to dry off the product. When the product is already dry off, he will put in the place that he needs the foil balloons. We wait some seconds and this material would get to the base. And I can put number 2. First, I'm gonna use this product, but I also gonna use the silicone gun. He's making the same, he's spreading the product and using the hair dryer to dry off the product on the foil balloons. When I use the product foil by foil, I have to use the hair dryer to both foil balloons. But he's also gonna show us how to work with the silicone gun in low power. For this, I have to wait some seconds. Usually I use this way for the base because as you see, it's really firm. Usually I do this with all the foil balloons or the characters that I use on the base, for the base. I'm gonna do the same with this monkey face. Again, remember that he will spread the product with on the connections point. And again, he will use the hair dryer to dry off the product. He will add a little bit more. I only use the hair dryer where I'm using foil balloons. Where the product is dry off, I'm gonna touch to the point I need it. As I told you, this is the way I fix all the foil balloons and the characters that I use for the base. Now I'm gonna use my silicone gun, my low power silicone gun. Right now, my gun is in low power. And you're gonna check where are you gonna put your foil balloons. This is a balloon bouquet of 2 meters long. So the base should always be of big balloons to give like a fern for the second balloons that you're gonna put on top of these ones. When you are going to put more balloons on top, we are gonna use foils or latex balloon of a small size than the first layer. This will avoid that the balloon bouquet move. He doesn't recommend that if you're working with balloons of 80 inches on the first layer, then you go to the second layer and use round 24, round 36 inches. You must use the big balloons down, and on the second and third layer, use smaller balloons. Now you're just going to put a little bit of the silicone gum. I use it around the sizes of the sides of the foil balloon. I use as you see, I use the silicone gun around the C-wings of the foil balloon. And I use the normal silicone. I'm going to put a little bit more down. Wait some seconds. Now it's ready. What we are gonna do right now is to put some letters on the top of these foils. Now we are going to work at the table where I'm going to start to glue all the letters that are going to be on top. I'm gonna split you for me some minutes. Let me show you. I'm going to inflate this foil balloon. Inflador, I use these letters and I inflate it with a hand pump. But as I told you, I don't inflate it to the end because I want it not to be too rigid. Now I have my letters and I'm gonna check at what points I'm gonna glue them with, of course, my silicone gun. I put the silicone where I'm gonna glue to the other letter. It will be on one side. I'm checking where I'm going to glue this letter. And I glue on one side. Go. I wait some seconds so the glue gun dry off perfectly. Now my word day is ready. He's going to use some masking tape. He's going to hide the valve with some masking tape, clear masking tape. And we'll cut the connections that I'm not gonna use, the connection on the foil that I'm not gonna use. Cut to now. Now I'm gonna glue this start. This start. Also with my glue gun. I put like 2 lines of this gun, of this glue, sorry. When you glue this, always try to glue and leave the valve in the back. Now we are gonna work with the word happy. And we are gonna do the same thing. First, I'm going to look for the connections point for these words and use the glue gun to glue these words, these letters. Just wait some seconds. If you need, you can add a little bit more of glue. We are always checking where is the place where I have to use the glue. And the excess of glue you will take after all the excess of glue. The girls are helping me to glue these letters. We take all the leftovers of glue and it's important that the whole word happy is at the same side, so it keeps down. It's retired, taking off all the excess of the glue. Now we're going to use all these letters and glue it to our balloon bouquet. Now we're going to glue the birthday word. He's checking where he's going to glue them. The word day. No, first he start with letter B and the star. You glue with the silicone glue gun. You take off all the excess of glue. Now I'm gonna do the same with the word day. Remember, he is using lower glue gun. Low temperature glue gun. Now I'm also gonna glue on the connection points for the star. Everything is okay. We understand everything that you are teaching, Manuel. We like the stability of the balloon bouquet. You have to be patient because what you have to do is to wait. So the whole foils are ready and you have to wait till you finish to glue all the foil balloons to make all the connections. So they dry and the balloon bouquet will be ready. He's asking for one more star. We are gonna fix one more star. We are checking where our balloon bouquet needs support. So we are gonna add right now one foil star. You always be checking where you need a support. So what do you need to add? In this case, he's going to add a star. He's waiting for someone to grab him the star for him. Just gonna glue the other side of the happy word. You always have to wait to dry. People is asking why you have to use a low temperature glue gun. Why not a normal? And he's saying that if you use a glue gun in low temperature, it's better because like that with a low temperature, a glue gun temperature is better because it will help that your balloons don't explode. People is asking why some part he glue with Pegaflux with one product and why other words he used the glue gun. At the beginning, I just used the silicone gun, but then he found this product and he liked in some parts to use this product. So I use the first product for the base, and for the top, I use the glue gun. The name of this glue gun is Super Bonder. Super Bonder. That's the one he's using. Usually I recommend that you work in a team of 2. So just in case someone can check what you are doing in front, just to check if you have to add or to move a letter. You have to wait that the gun dry off. The stars are foils of 10 inches. And the letter happy birthday are 16 inches foils balloons. Help me with a 260. I'm gonna set this foil leaf without using any type of glue. What I do is that I'm gonna use clear masking tape, a big piece. It's gonna fix the 260 in one side of the foil balloon just using clear masking tape. I'm gonna make like the letter H just to secure the 260. You make like a letter H with the clear masking tape. So this will be my connection point for the foil. I'm gonna put it on my base in this way using the 260, an inflated 260. I wrap it around. This is a way that you can fix the foil balloons using just an inflated 260. So you don't have to glue the foil balloons or your latex balloons to the base. I'm gonna glue another foil, one of the characters, the giraffe. I'm gonna use the silicone gun. He used the standard silicone. This one is a big gun, that's why I use the big silicone bar. I also have this small one. So the bar is smaller than the other one, but the secret, it has to be low power. So it's not too hot when you are using the silicone gun. I'm gonna glue this giraffe. Always checking my connection points. So everything go glued in this balloon bouquet. Remember that when you use the glue gun, you will put like 1 or 2 lines of this glue on your foil or your latex balloon. Always we have to give stability to our balloon bouquet. So remember, one of the tips is that he used for the base bigger balloons or foil or latex, and on the second layer, on the third layer will be smaller balloons, or in foil or in latex. These characters help to give stability to the balloon bouquet. We wait some seconds so it dried off. I hope you understand everything that I'm teaching, how I glue it. What you have to do is remember very important, the connection points. It's important that when you put the glue to the foil or to the foil balloons, go on you don't put it in the sewing of the balloon, just on the sides. On your base of the balloon bouquet, you have some parts where you can give a little bit of support using the round balloons. I'm using the glue gun. Remember, it's low temperature glue gun for the latex balloons. And I'm using this in cluster of 3 divided by around 5. Remember that for these balloons, to use the silicone glue gun, you need to use the low temperature glue gun, where you can use high or low temperature. The one that Manuel is using, it just has low temperature. You can also buy a glue gun where it can have also a high and low temperature. People is asking if something of this balloon bouquet is filled with helium, and he's saying no, everything is air-filled. How longer is this figure glued with silicone can last? If you are using this balloon bouquet in a room with air conditioner or your climate is controlled, it will last for 20-25 days. The foil balloons will last more, but the latex balloons will be like 25, 1 month. And I made some balloon bouquets that my latex balloons last like a month or more. I'm using the glue gun to fix the latex in some sides of the balloon bouquet. You can also use the U-dashes, but usually I work with the glue gun. The girls are going to help me to fill these holes with the rounds, with the latex in round 5 and round 12. And I will show you how we do these clusters, this organic cluster that I've divided. Check. I take round 5. In this case, it's a fashion mustard. I don't inflate it too big. Take another one. Leave a bit of air out. I tie it. And I just divide the balloon in half. So I make a duplet just with one round 5 balloon. I take the other balloon, make another duplet. Now I got 2 duplets and make a cluster of 4. So as you see, it's an organic cluster. These are the ones to use for the fillers to stuff some spaces of the balloon bouquet. You can also do it with round 9 or round 12, but remember not to inflate into total capacity the balloon. Let me show you another filler that we use with 260s. I'm gonna transform my 260 in a 160 balloon. Let me show you how I made this. With my feet, I use help of my feet and I inflate my 260. So I make a little bit smaller and it will be like a 160. I'm going to make some loops. Remember, this is a 260 that Manuel shows the trick, so it can go, it looks slim, it looks like a 160. So he's making small loops. Pass it around. I will cut the 260 when I finish. I don't need the rest. And it will be a small loops. And this is gonna be part of the details that I will put on our balloon bouquet. We will continue filling the balloon bouquet with this kind of type of details. I just put some connections points so I can fix my latex balloons. I also have some flowers. He's asking for small flowers. Check this small flower, this torsion flower that he will also teach us. I will teach you how to make this. These flowers, we're also gonna glue them to the balloon bouquet. People is asking how he transport this maxi bouquet. And he said, because it's too tall, what I do, I have to move it in a van, a truck, because I'm doing something big. When I'm doing a small bouquet, I know the size I can work so it can fix perfectly on my car. But when it's a big bouquet, I use a van or a truck from a friend or from someone. We are gluing some flowers also. I'm checking where I have to glue these flowers. Remember that he will teach us later how to do these flowers. Sorry, I gave you the back to the camera, but I need to glue more balloons to the bouquet. I hope you like the design that we made for you today. I'm filling the spaces with more latex balloons. This is a balloon bouquet that is special for this showroom because it's all about safari. Now he's adding some 260 in K-line, in fashion K-line leaves. Check, he's also using the glow power glue gun to glue this leaf that is made in fashion key line 260. So the glue gun, you can use it for foils and you can use it for latex balloons. And because it's with low temperature, there will be no problem. People is asking about the flower, distortion flowers, and check, he's gonna teach how to do it. This is the bigger one that he's using, and he's gonna teach us how to do it. I'm gonna make a connection point so I can fix it to the bouquet. Well, so I can fix to our tree. And he used a 260, an inflated 260. You can use a piece of 260 and you wrap it around some of the clusters of the tree, and it's ready, it's fixed, perfect. It's fixed to the tree. And he's adding more and more details to the balloon bouquet. For the base, he's adding some clusters of 4 in round 5, and he's adding another leaf. People asking how I avoid that these balloon bouquets goes down. And he's saying that what will give you the support of these maxi balloon bouquets is that you got some balance. For example, you got your base, making it rounds. You put a first layer with some characters and number 1 and 2 that are big because it's 32 inches, the numbers. Then on the second layer, you are working with smaller balloons. And on the third layers, where you're using the word happy, it's a 16-inch foil balloon. So you have to balance the sizes of your foils or latex balloon so it supports the whole design. That's an important part of all of this that he's teaching, is to get balance for what you are doing. So the first layer, big balloons, the second layer a little bit smaller, and the third layer a little bit smaller. So it got balance. Check, he's using the glue gun also for these leaves that are made with 260 K-line, fashion K-line. And with the glue gun, it dries really, really fast, as you can see. Me gusta. I also use the glue gun, the double tape. I also use double side tape for foils and for latex balloons. You have to be patient so you can wait that these leaves dry off a little bit. I need some 260 to green, forest green 260. I don't want to leave these spaces between the letters. So I'm gonna inflate a little bit my 260. And I'm gonna make a small bubbles. And then I'm gonna make one bubble, transform it to a pinch twist, then do the same. Another pinch twist. First a bubble, and you transform the bubble to a pinch twist. Then I cut the rest of the balloon, tie, and make another pinch twist. So on a small pinch twist. Because the idea is that these are small details that you are adding to your bouquet. Cut the rest and wrap it around. And I will glue them to a small point to support some spaces between the letters. I'm gonna fill this. I also use it to cover, to fill and to cover some spaces with the foil letters, of the foil letters. I will review our base for the garland. We use round 12 fashion terracotta at 8 inches. And I made 9 clusters of 4. And I also use some clusters of 4 round 5 fashion mustard sized at 4.5 inches. I use 8 clusters of 4. And I tie together to make the garland using monofilament. Remember that for the tree, I use fashion coffee in round 5 and round 9. And for the top of the tree, I use round 9 and round 12 in fashion cake, lime, and forest green. To fill some spaces of the, I use round 12, round 5 in reflex green, in mustard, fashion mustard, and also fashion terracotta, that are the trendy colors. He's going to cover with some latex balloon the spaces between the letter P, the letter P and the other letter P. And he's gonna use the small bubbles and pinch twists with the 260 reflex screen. These are just bubbles that I transform into pinch twists and I cut and wrap it around. So we're filling the spaces with 260, with small figures made with 260s and around 5. We're filling the spaces. It's a beautiful balloon bouquet. Remember that it's like 2 meters long and like 1.80 of height, this balloon bouquet. 80. Let me show you how I made this flower. I'm gonna use fashion terracotta and fashion mustard. Pay attention to me, how I made my distortion flower. Let me remind you that this video will be recorded tomorrow. You will check this video and you will have a whole month where you can repeat and repeat all the instructors' classes. He's asking for 260 forest green. I'm gonna use 5 round 12 fashion mustard for the leaf. So I will use also 5 to 60 fashion forest green, but you can use any color you want because these 260, we're gonna use it to put inside the round 12 fashion mustard. I'm gonna use the hand pump, and one pump will be like this. When I say those will be 1 and 2. 1 will be going up and going down will be 1 pump. So if I say 1 pump, you will go up and you will go down. If I say 2, it will be 1, 2, 1, 2. First, I'm gonna inflate and deflate the balloon. I'm gonna use this to expand the balloon. So I inflate and deflate the balloon, the round 12. I'm gonna put my 260 inside the round 12. I'm gonna bend the 260 and put it inside the round 12. I usually help to inflate the balloon with the hand palm, with my putting the hand palm in the middle of my legs. So I'm gonna put the neck of the 260 inside my hand palm. Sorry, first I have to inflate the round 12. 1. First I inflate the round 12. First I inflate the round 12. Now I will inflate the 260. I put the neck of the 260 on the hand palm and give to push to this hand palm. Now I will take the another extreme of the balloon of the 260 and tie it together. Tie twice and cut the rest of the balloon. Now that I have the form, you can see the shape of the 260 inside. Now, as you see, the knot of the 260 are where he showed it, will be like 3 fingers below the neck of the round 12. Now I will deflate the 260 and I give a little bit of pressure with my body. So it will make the shape that I want, and I will, with my hands, I give the shape also. So this is one of my petals. I need that the connection or the neck of the round 12 goes on the back. So I will repeat the process again 4 times because my flower will have 5 leaves. I put inside the 260. I will first inflate the round 12. Now I help myself with my legs. So I put the neck of the 260 inside the hand pump, and I will make 2 push. 1, 2. That's the way you know that every pedal will have the same size. Now you take both sides of the 260, you put it together, and you tie it twice. You pull the other side of the 260 and you tie it together. And you will do the same. You will push where the knots of the 260, so will be down of the neck of the round 12, like 2 or 3 fingers down. And now you will push a little bit with your bother, so the leaf got the shape. Now with my fingers, I finish. I will check that the leaves are at the same height. I want it to be at the same size. I will show you again 3 times. He is repeating the process because he will make 5 leaves. Pull the other side of the 260 and he tied twice, and then cut the rest of the 260. You leave there out and you model the balloon with your body. People is asking how he made all the petals of the same size. And he's saying that it's very important that when you're inflating the 260, that they always inflate the same side, the 260 that is inside. For example, remember that in this one, we use 2 pumps, up, down, up, down. And there should not be any obstruction when you are inflating the 260. Check. I check that there's not obstruction of air, and check that I do make the same pumps 1, 2, 1, 2. Now I pull the other side and tie it together twice and cut. Okay, he tied this one 3 times and cut the excess of 260. I'm checking they are the same height, all the petals. the petal size is with round 12. You can make the petals also with other sizes, like round 9. I prefer to do it with round 12 because it gives us more space to intern a balloon with the 260. He leave more than half of the 260 outside of the balloon. Remember that he's moving the 260 where you tie the 260 and now leaving the air out and I'm giving shape to the petal with my body and then I finish with my hands. Let me check that they are all of the same height. Now that I got my 5 petals. Now I'm gonna tie each petal very close to the body of the balloon. I'm gonna make duplets like when we are working with rounds. One row and tie it. And to this duplet, I will add the 3rd petal. It's like you make a cluster of 3. We are going wrap around to make a cluster of 5 petals. Now we are going to inflate one piece of the forest green 260. I'm gonna make 3 pinch twists. Make a bubble, then you convert the bubble to a pinch twist, 2. Now, check, I'm gonna open the petals of the flower. What I do, let me cut. What I'm gonna do is to introduce this pinch twist to the center so it keep the petals open. So I put it in the center and use one of the necks of the round 12 mustard of one of the petals. So this will help us so the petals keep open. Now, see? Now it's going to make the front of the flower. It's inflated at reflex green to 60. And now he's gonna make some loops of 3 fingers. He's gonna make a daisy flower. He made 1 loop. Each loop got 3 fingers. The measure will be 3 fingers. He pushed a little bit air, so the 260 will be flexible. This is the 4 leaf of our daisy flower. Now it looks like a daisy. I will make a bubble. Ahora, now a 1 pinch twist, a double pinch twist, a small pinch twist. Now I push a little bit of air, make another pinch twist, a bubble, another pinch twist. And I cut the rest of the 260. I'm wrapping around. And this is gonna be the center of our flower. Check. I'm gonna use one of the necks of the round 12 of any petal, and I will wrap her around the center of our daisy. Now I'm gonna put this leaf in the best way. So he adjusted petals. So now he has his flower finished. Now, as you can see, we finish our bouquet. People is asking about the other flower. These small flowers, they are made in round 5, and inside it have a 160. I use in this one the hand pump that is special for 160 balloons. In the small flowers, I made 4 pumps, but in the big ones, remember, I make 2 pumps. And I use 160 for the small ones and the 260 for the big ones. Check our balloon bouquet. We love his balloon bouquets. Great ideas. He's gonna put it on the center so we can check. This is the safari experience. A lot of questions that people is asking about how to connect the foils, but I think that you solve all these questions for all these people that are beginning in this balloon world. Show us the whole decoration and all the background that you got in there. Let me tell you that make this decoration with a team that we got in Ecuador. Because thanks to them, we made all this decoration. And I want to introduce you. Of course, this is my wife that helped us with this decoration. Also my sister, Rosa Valle. Also, we have a Denise Moran from Tutu Balloons. And also Jimmy Sandoya. Hola Vaca, this is the whole team that helped us to make all this presentation. Mariucci también. They help us to make all this thematic. I also want to thank Alesa that is our distributor in Ecuador, because they are always helping us with all the projects that we have and all the seminars. Thanks to Ana Cristina, to Loli Figueroa. And thanks in Colombia to all the teams. And I hope you like all these maxi balloons and love the essence of these maxi balloons. It's a big applause to Manuel Valle from Ecuador. Now we know a lot of tricks, and we are gonna use all these tricks to improve our designs. Thanks. Thanks also to Andreita, to the guy from Party Lovers. Thanks for everything. What a team. Thanks, Manuel. Thanks. Thanks, everybody. Remember that this class will be recorded and you can check it for a whole month, and see you tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Colombian time.